Going good?
Yep.
Wairoa's Limery business is back in action.
Shame they're so small, but it is what it is.
But getting here has taken 12 months of blood, sweat and tears for owner Diane Downey.
It has taken its toll internally on me. I am exhausted. I'm really tired. I just hope that, lessons can be learned.
Lessons about how her business and 400 other properties in Wairoa flooded.
It was absolutely surreal. We knew we couldn't even get anywhere near the property because of the water.
This strip of sand is the Wairoa River Bar. It's the responsibility of the Hawke's Bay Regional Council, who's in charge of digging a channel through the sandbar before a flood so that the Wairoa River can get out to sea more easily. But a year ago, when Wairoa flooded, they couldn't get the channel dug in time.
The failure was really that the bar was closed, number one. But in our case, it was more like a cancer. It spread sideways because it had nowhere to go. And it just spread right through our place.
And I remember being here and seeing just the sheer amount of mud and logs and mess and how high the water had been through your factory. I mean, what kind of impact did all that have on your business?
Huge. It's hard to know even where to begin, but there was so much that we had to get rid of because it was so water damaged. But we lost 40 tonne of fruit from under the awning that was all ready to be processed that just basically went rotten on us. And then the machinery and then all our orchard, all our fruit was just drifting out to sea. That was heartbreaking.
And although they're operating again this season, the flood has cost her business over $1 million. The Limery originally sued the Hawke's Bay Regional Council in July last year, but Diane's lawyer Grant Shand has now applied to the court to change it to a class action.
When everything goes all in one hit, you don't have enough insurance to cover that. So there's this big void of that difference.
What occurred prior to the 26th of June was just negligent, incompetent and inappropriate because you had remote monitoring from the Hawke's Bay Regional Council that didn't really take into account the local knowledge. The damage is still ongoing because you still have people out of properties, people suffering mental effects, economic effects. This is a growing thing in New Zealand, class actions, and it just enables people to recover where they don't have their own economic or legal ability to do it for themselves. Once the class action is approved, then everybody who's affected will be in. So that's 400, 500 people who will be in without having to do anything.
Wairoa's mayor is also keen to see the regional council held to account.
For me, you go around and so many people, their only hope that they're clinging on to is the class action will win and they'll be able to get some money back, not to be better than they were, to actually get back to where they were. So that's how many people are struggling really bad.
If the legal action is successful, Grant Shand believes the council could end up being on the hook for the full $40 million in damage to residents' property.
The regional council is insured for these sorts of events, so there'll be an insurer standing behind the regional council to pay anything that they're liable to pay. This is currently being done on what's called a conditional fee, which is I only get paid if it is successful. So that's likely then going to become the model for anyone that joins into the class action. Otherwise, a litigation funder may become involved in the future.
How hopeful are you that you'll win this case?
Well, I've certainly got a lot of documentation to support what we've actually paid out and what it's actually cost us. So yeah, I'm hopeful. I mean, the best thing out of all of this is that it is a lesson to the Hawke's Bay Regional Council that they really have to listen to the locals and they really have to maintain that bar because so much, hinges on it.
The Regional Council declined RNZ's request for an interview, saying it has no comment on any possible or threatened legal action. But since Wairoa flooded last year, the Regional Council has been working on lowering the river bar crest to reduce the risk of future floods.
They are doing quite a bit. They're digging it down so that's that metre above the sea, so that should be able to shoot over there this time where that wasn't done last time, so it just built back up like a dam. We don't want to go through the costs to Wairoa, the cost to our country has been huge of what happened here.
Even ones like that, I'll use that.
When you look back at what your past year's been like for you, how would you explain that?
Challenging, to put it mildly. It's been a real challenge. It's been, really, I'm doing 15-hour days plus every day, and I'm having to do that just to get us through, just to keep on, to ensure that my staff have jobs. We've still got a long way to go. There's a lot of tidying up still to be done, and yellow stickers still got to come off the property, but yeah, we'll get there. I'm confident we'll get there. It just needs a little bit more time.
Later this month, the court will decide whether the class action can proceed, with any hearings slated for next year.
This is a really good case, brought by people who should get justice, and we're just trying to get the most effective method of getting justice for all of these people, hundreds of people who are still affected by this.